All right. Hi, Dad.
Hey there. How are you?
I'm nervous. How
Oh.
are you?
I'm fine.
Okay. So, this is going to be about obviously woke culture and this representation in the media. I know a lot of people get really I would say kind of split on it. So you were in the army, right?
Yes, I was. 10 years.
10 years. Yep. And you were raised to be racist and sexist and homophobic and all that, right?
Sure was.
Okay. And then that changed, right?
Sure
in
did.
the army? Okay.
Mhm.
Yep. So, why do you think that other people can change their minds based on what you did, or like
So for woke culture, we're talking about the awareness of sexism, racial justice, racial injustice, LGBTQ stuff, right?
yeah.
So in that context, then yes, I do believe that people can change their mindsets, but it's up to that individual. First and foremost, it's up to that individual. It's also depends upon how they were raised and what culture they still reside in.
Okay. And you think that obviously the media it's a very powerful tool, but it can also be a very elusive thing. How do you think the media goes about portraying this kind of movement and influencing people to change their opinions?
I think the media, the way it's being ran now, the media focuses on the big stories and like to hype up those big stories. An example would be a fight in Oregon District involving somebody who was trans. The media's going to pick up on the trans aspect and pump that into it. It could have been this trans person started the fight, threw the first punch. We don't know. The media's never going to tell you that. But they're going to promote that a trans person was beaten up in the Oregon District. So with the media, you got to take them with a grain of salt. You have to look further past the big story, look into the details of actually what happened.
Now you watch a lot of movies, right?
Sure do.
So the big issue that comes to mind with that side of the media, a big example would be Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Disney is known for being kind of homophobic and transphobic and all that, but their recent stance, the governor, right? The governor of Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and that whole thing.
Mm-hmm. What whole thing are you talking about?
So he was like, I'm gonna stop LGBTQ,
Oh, that thing. Yeah.
education and stuff, and Disney was like, well, we're not gonna allow that. We're still gonna promote it and stuff, because obviously they have to. It's a business thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order to earn money, they have to be okay with the modernization and acceptance and all that, because people are going to get upset if that doesn't happen. So, but they've not, have they really shown true strides in doing that?
So Disney, like any corporation, has to adapt to their audiences, right? If Disney was to stay with the original mindset that they had, there wouldn't be another ethnic main character. So they would be cutting off half to 3/4 of their viewing audience by sticking to the predominant, white main characters. So by including them, they're showing that they're willing to adapt to their audience base and showing to the entire world in the known universe, because Disney is everywhere. But they're showing that they can adjust and that they're willing to adjust to incorporate, more characters, different themes, right, to better represent their audiences.
And that's true. And that goes back to like the demand for woke culture, because people might look at the lineup of Disney princesses and they'll say there's so many white women and there's only one black one, and there's one Chinese one, there's technically two Chinese ones, and then there's but then there's a bunch of white people, right? It goes back to the idea of whiteness and white dominance. And then people will get mad, oh, there's not enough plus size representation, or something like that. And then they'll be like, you'll have those people that are just so against woke culture because they hate seeing it.
They don't hate seeing it. So hate's a very strong word. Okay? They're not used to it. So again, these are the people who are set in their ways, right? Right? So it's not that they hate it, it's just they're not used to it. And they're little groups, they're little societies, they're little subcultures that they have. This wokeness, quote unquote, right? This sexual awareness, this awareness of racial injustice and racial justice, LGBTQ stuff wouldn't happen. They're not used to it. So the woke culture is about waking up people, right? To make them aware to this, sexual sexism and racial prejudice and racial injustice, racial justice, and rights for LGBTQ communities and homosexuals and everything else. It's about trying to make everyone on the same level playing field. The disapprovers of it, they are stuck in their ways. They're not really open to adjusting.
But see, I wonder why that is still, because the media is everywhere, and this topic is a really popular topic. So I don't know why people just don't wake up and see what's going on.
So let's talk about the term woke. What does woke mean? Woke, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the English language, right? I have awoken. I have awakened, right? Awoken, past tense, right? Means I was asleep and now I'm awake, right?
Yeah.
Everybody sleeps differently. Everybody wakes up differently, right? So this woke culture, people really want it to happen fast. Now. Great, understood. But you got to understand that everybody's going to reacts and understands situations different. So it's going to be a while before everyone is quote unquote woke, because maybe they're slow thinkers. Maybe they have to get out of their current situation into a new situation, like I did with the Army. Actually had their eyes opened to what being woke means. The only thing we can do for the society to help spread the woke culture is to understand, again, that people are going to get in this woke status at their own pace.